Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. Whenever tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Champ and the Tramp episode. I don't even fucking know what
16,
day it is, bro.
right?
I don't even know what day it is, man.
It's the 31st.
Let me see. Hold up.
Oh, shit.
It's all
Knocking
right,
shit
it's all
over. Yeah, you wish, buddy. You wish. Are we 6 feet apart? I can't touch it. I can't touch
Hey. You're about 6'4" away. You're about 6 inches 4 away from being a cocksucker. We made the guidelines. I do want to touch up on this because I know some people are going to give us some flack for not social distancing, but I've been super strict with social distancing. I've literally been around my family, my immediate family, my wife and kids, Chris Ligori, and now you. That's literally it. I haven't been in Wawa's. I haven't been doing anything. My wife went maybe to a shop right in the morning, tried to do it when people weren't there too much, too packed. But, you know, life has to move on a little bit.
So listen, we debated this. It was a little bit of a debate between Frankie and I. Do we continue with the podcast? Do we stop doing it? What do we do? Because nobody knows how long this is going to go on for. So what we decided is we didn't record last week. We took a whole week off. We didn't record at all. We talked. We tried to figure out if there was a way to do it from our houses separately, which is very difficult to do. The format that we're set up to do it on anyway, we could do it like on an IG live stream thing or something like that, which nobody really knows how that would work out. But what we decided is, because we've both been really practicing the social distancing thing, I do work every day. I'm considered essential services. I have no contact with customers as part of our policy, but I provide a service that customers need. I'm still able to do that for emergency services basically only. I don't have any contact with any work employees. We're not allowed to be in the same room together. They've really implemented some really good guidelines. I'm healthy. Frankie's healthy. My family's healthy. His family is healthy. We don't feel like we're putting each other in jeopardy or anybody else in jeopardy. So we decided that he would let me in the basement, which comes directly into, another adjoining room, but then into here. And this room is always locked. His family doesn't come in here. It's always locked. So we feel like it's safe. We gave Lou the night off, possibly the next couple weeks off if we continue to do this. So there's not three of us in here. We're 6'4" apart. We're still adhering to social distancing rules. So we feel like it's safe. I'm sorry to make that such a long-winded disclaimer, but we'll get such heat and such hate if I don't explain it. So there you go.
Yeah, but and just we got to talk about this situation we're in, because I mean that's a current event and everybody's living it right now.
Correct.
And I just feel like there's so much news out there, and the way we get our news nowadays is like you don't know what to fucking believe. You just don't. You see, old people can get it, young people can get it, this and that. Then you're like, it's not that many people die. You see both sides of the fence, and I don't know I don't know what to believe. I'm obviously doing the right things. I'm doing what the government's telling us to do, social distancing, all that bullshit. But dude, how long can this really go on for?
I don't know, man. I mean, my heart, I want to sit in here and sort of downplay it, and I would catch a tremendous amount of heat for that because there are people who have lost family members. I get it, but my take on it is, I have a number of takes on it, and I don't know if any of them are correct, but none of us do. We're all entitled to our opinion, right? We're Americans. But, if we adhere to the CDC guidelines, and you kind of got to pick one, and the CDC is the one I believe that we should be listening to, it's just gonna make this move at a faster pace to get to a, what is the hashtag you see everywhere?
Flatten the curve. Flatten the curve,
right? To flatten the curve. Italy seems to be the hardest hit. I saw President Trump on TV the other day, who was saying, the 4% over there, he thinks it's more like 1% here because all the numbers aren't in, like 1% fatality rate because, the tests are like 1 in 900 right now are being tested. You know what I mean? So
well, that's what they're saying. It's about 1%.
Right.
They say, Italy has a lot less
people
hurt or sick, but a lot more deaths than
Correct.
we do.
Yeah, they're about 4%. But again, how accurate are those numbers? We don't really know.
Right, just like China. How is China?
Correct.
Of course, again, like I'm going to say supposedly a million times at this podcast because all the shit I'm seeing, I don't know if it's real, but they said that they ordered 80,000 or 40,000 urns went to China.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's up with that? You know?
Yeah,
and again, who knows if it's all propaganda or what?
Well, again, and I'm not critiquing because there's, as you know, a million conspiracy theories out there. But China makes everything. Like, they make everything. But the one thing they don't make is urns. We're going to ship 40,000 urns over there? Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Come on. They make everything. An urn is like the simplest thing to make.
You're right.
You could take a drunken glass blower and make an urn.
Maybe they may get that from Korea. I'm not saying they're getting it from
it's so
us.
stupid. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I've never been, but there is so much out there. I've sent some stuff to you. Yeah. You've sent some stuff to me about the Q. Did you see about the Q?
I did. I mean, that's huge. Look, and like, too much fucking time on my hands.
Right.
You
go crazy.
Going down a rabbit hole, looking at people's comments, going to certain people's. Dude, that cute thing is big right now. It's big. Who knows? I don't know. I don't like I like to entertain the conspiracy theories because it's fun. Some of the bullshit. I think
knowledge is power, right? So if you don't listen, but I think there's also something to be said for being a skeptic sometimes and requiring actual hard proof and. But there's nothing wrong with knowledge and hearing it and listening to it. And could there be something to it? Sure. And are there some hardcore believers? There damn sure are.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And the points they pick out. I mean, wow, it makes you raise your eyebrows. Like, oh shit, is that real? Or are they just skewing it to make you feel that way or make you think that way?
The 5G thing is big. Now they're bringing chemtrails into it.
I know, but listen, you keep going on and on and on.
Right.
And supposedly there's an answer for all of them. Right,
right.
And again,
but if you talk to a flat earther, to him it makes perfect sense. That guy will make perfect sense out of how the world is flat. To me, I just need some real
concrete evidence. Yeah,
I need some real concrete evidence.
Right.
Yes, it sounds good. I mean, a lot of it, I could.
I mean, it sounds fucking bad. Is what it sounds.
Do you think there's something to that 5G thing? Like how Wuhan was a startup city for it, and that could. I mean, we're in a world of shit if that's true.
I heard that's not true, though.
5G's not going away. So
no, but I heard that's not true. That Wuhan wasn't the first pilot city. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Again. How about Bill Gates? You think Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation is behind this? And do you think China started this because China started it so that they could?
It's a way to get ahead of us.
Right.
It could be. It could be.
So they, again, what was the hashtag that I said earlier? Flatten the curve before everybody else, and then everybody relies on China to get everything that the rest of the world needs at that point. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It just it sounds good when they sell it. It sounds good, but now, I need more.
Is this always since the beginning of time? Has been this way,
bro? Like, the fucking moon landing. The moon landing. People think we didn't land on the moon.
I know. I don't know.
You don't think? No,
I'm saying. You said you need concrete evidence. What's your concrete evidence there?
Well, I think. Just listen, if you're gonna critique me, we already went over this once. Like I said, I'm a God-fearing man. If you're gonna critique me and say, "Well, you ever seen God? You ever shook His hand? I'm not a traditionalist in that I believe in it in the traditional sense of the Bible. I don't think God's up there floating on a fluffy cloud, and I don't. I'm not a traditionalist in that sense, but yes, you could pick me apart and say, why do you believe some things? Oh, do you believe in the Easter Bunny? Do you ever believe in Santa Claus? We have all these things that started when we're a child that they sell you on these concepts and these ideas that are essentially lies. I mean, they start from a very, very young age in your life.
You were raised Catholic?
No, I was actually raised Episcopalian, which is Christian. But
do you have communion and stuff like that?
No, we don't have communion. I was baptized.
You have priests?
Ministers and yeah.
Do you believe everything they told you?
No, never did.
Well, I mean, you gonna tell everybody what happened?
What?
I mean, you gonna tell everybody what happened?
Oh God, here we go. Give me the funny. Give me the one-liner.
I don't know. I heard it. You said
what?
That's why you're God fearing.
What? Oh, you lost me, bro.
I'm busting your balls.
You saying a pastor touched me?
I'm saying maybe that's why you're God fearing.
No, my grandmother was a devout Baptist. My dad was a devout Baptist. My mom was they always went to the Episcopalian church. And I always went as a kid. So I think, like if you're a child and you're raised by white supremacist, you're probably going to be a white supremacist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True,
you're probably going to be a white supremacist. I'm not on the level that my parents are by any stretch of the imagination, but I believe in the good values of the church and
I think
the moral fabric of it. I
think it's I agree. I mean, most religions all have like the same kind of backbone that they all kind of rest on, the same kind of laws. Now, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not this. I mean, those are kind of seem like all generally good things to follow.
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't see how you can go wrong with those general purposes and concepts. I think they're something good to instill in your children. How far you want to take that, I think that you leave that up to your household. After all, we're the United States of America. We have free will over here. We have freedom of religion.
Not if you want to go to the gym.
Yeah, well, I suppose. But what is your take on that? Do you think? I think every government in every country is getting involved, and they have to. I just don't know. Are we going to look back on this in 6 months and say, what a fucking joke that was?
I hope we do, right? I hope we do.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know.
But how we say it's not, I think no matter what, people, you're going to have, just like now, just like there is now, where you have some people say this is bullshit, some people say it's not. Later on, we're going to be like, 6 months down the road, like, oh, thank God we quarantined. Thank God this could have been so much worse. And other people are like, dude, you believe we fucking quarantined for that? You're going to have both sides of the fence.
You listen to 101.5 radio at all? Local Jersey
I have
radio?
Before. I know what you're talking about.
I think it's Big Joe Henry on there is, he drills it every day and he catches a lot of heat on it that he thinks that the shutdown of the economy was horrible to do. He believes that social distancing can take place. For example, Targets are still open, ShopRites are still open, Home Depots are still open. They're practicing social distancing in those settings. He thinks that the economy could stay. He thinks the long-lasting effects of the economy being shut down are going to be more dynamic than the deaths we're going to experience. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people feel that way.
Because he feels like we will recover at some point from the health crisis.
Right.
Will we recover from the economic damage?
I think what they need to do is find tests that you could test someone quick, find out, like a test that not only tells you if you if you have it, if you've had it. Mm-hmm. So if you're one of those that have it or had it, you had it, now, all right, go back into the workforce. Go do your thing. You're fine.
Now, we don't have to get into specifics because I know it angered Renee a little bit, but you had an experience where a test was off. We don't have to talk about it. Do you believe that they're that accurate this quickly? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Yeah,
you get a lot of false negatives.
There are some false positives, false negatives, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, they need something though. We need to have some kind of indicator to see what we're dealing with.
Everybody wants a magical answer, and I think what you're going to get here is time is going to be the truth teller. It's going to be the great healer, right? It's going to be time is going to tell us where we're going to end up with this coronavirus. Is it going to be similar to SARS? Granted, this is worse than SARS, no question. It's more, contagious. It's a lot easier to pass from person to person. I think the death toll is higher. The percentage rate of dying is higher, but they said
I think the flu, the normal flu, the death rate is like 0.00 something.
Yeah, you notice
this is 1%.
But do you notice that? Wait a minute, how can that possibly be? They say the numbers that they give, like when the last podcast we gave, it was something between 45 million and 75 million.
Correct.
It's such a broad number. Same thing with the flu.
No, I think
the numbers on the flu.
I know. So let me say, that's what I'm saying. The flu is because that many more people get tested for the flu.
Right.
So then the numbers die. I think with coronavirus, if we all get tested, we might have had it in the past. We might have got it. Yeah. I had a cough a week ago. I might have had it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
So if we test, the more people we test, I'm sure that mortality rate is going to go down.
Yeah.
Because the more positives and less people die, the mortality rate goes down.
I think we're in for a huge spike over the next couple weeks to a month.
Bro, I think 69 people died last night in Jersey alone, bro. I mean, if you're like 69 people, I seen another thing too. Like they
69 people died in Jersey. But again, for me, I always try to put things in perspective. That sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
How many people died of heroin last night?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Let me finish.
Probably several hundred.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because they say heart disease is the number one killer. 1,000 people a day in America die from heart disease. Now, those people that are dying, if they tested, happen to be asymptomatic, but they had coronavirus. Guess what they put on their death?
Mm-hmm.
They put coronavirus on their death, not heart disease.
Right.
You understand?
Correct.
So that's why the numbers are so skewed.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because coronavirus is what sort of puts you over the edge for so many things, especially anything respiratory.
But I think even still, they're just saying, probably whether he had that person.
My grandmother's 98. She's not going to have the same lung capacity and the same, lung volume that we do. If she contracts coronavirus, it's going to affect her differently than it would you and I. But so would anything else. So would the flu.
Say heart disease, but that's what and I seen another one of my guy Tyler Minton, who does my nutrition, in my weight cuts, and he put a thing. He's like, listen, I'm not trying to say fat shame or anything like that. He's like, but health is wealth more now than ever before.
Correct.
And I've been telling my kids that forever. I'm like, listen, I tell my
point.
kids that. I'm like, you got to build your body, you got to build your mind, because those things are going to being healthy in the future, especially in the United States of America, where obesity is almost at like 30-40%, something crazy. Just being healthy is going to give you an advantage in life. It really is. And then now we're seeing it more so than ever. Because like I said, my guy's saying, people with all these underlying obesity, heart disease, diabetes, all this stuff, they're dying at such a higher rate than people that are healthy.
They're already dying. Coronavirus just kills them.
It just puts them over the edge.
Right. But I don't know, man. Listen, I'm sure you guys at home, those of you watching us on YouTube, those that are listening on podcasts, you're so inundated with this COVID-19, pandemic going on that you probably want to hear something else. You probably want to laugh. Frankie and I are going to try to, go off topic here a little bit and just rant and bring you guys something other than what you're getting inundated with every day in and day out. So we want to talk about something a little different.
I got something. Honestly, you look like a character from Tiger King. You could definitely listen. You might have been the next boyfriend. If you ended up, instead of ended up in Jersey, you ended up in Oklahoma. You might have ended up one of Tiger.
I feel like I got too many teeth to be in that documentary.
One of Joe Exotic's fucking beefcakes, bro. Come on.
Was that not the fucking best documentary you've ever seen?
Bro.
You can't turn away. Bro, I watched that with my girl and she was fucking bored after the first episode. I was like, get away from me. I'm watching this. Yeah.
Oh my dude, it gets crazier and as it goes,
it's so many twists. There's I've never seen so many people missing limbs and fucking straight dudes doing gay shit.
Oh, man.
I don't know, bro. It was crazy.
So, all right. Most people seen this. It's all over the fucking place. It's everywhere
because none of you have anything to do, so you're all looking for shit on TV. It's the number one Netflix.
Yeah, they say
documentary
streaming services up 50% this time compared to last year.
Can you imagine what porn is doing right now?
That's why Pornhub supposedly gave a free membership or something.
Did they really? No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, dude. So, who was the evilest one out of all of them?
Oh God. It kind of leaves you hanging on Carol Baskin. Did she kill her husband?
Guess what I read
today? Kind of leaves you hanging.
Guess what I read today? They just reopened the case on it.
They did.
They opened They reopened the case on it. Yeah, reopened the case on it. Yeah.
Wow.
They said.
Joe Exotic he's a fucking prisoner. Obviously, he's in jail, but he is a huge celebrity now. Like that guy is getting. Dude. He's so popular in prison. It's crazy. He's getting mail up the ass. I'm sure. That's
not the only thing he's getting up there. In prison, baby. I always wondered that. All right, I always wondered if you're a gay guy, do you care? I mean, is prison like fucking where you want to be?
Well, I mean, as far as sexualized, I'm sure you're doing okay in there, but you lose your freedom. You're still without freedom.
Okay. Say, you got stuck with. You're the only male with a bunch of women, and they all want to fuck you. And you're stuck in a jail.
In what world is that?
I'm just saying that's kind of where he's at, right? In a sense, I don't know if they all want to fuck him, but I mean,
no, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of straight dudes that go to jail to do some gay shit in there. I'm sure.
Okay, but I'm saying he's not straight. Is what I'm saying. He's gay, so he's looking
forward
to it.
He's probably better off than most of the people in prison as far as satisfying his sexual needs. But it's the concept is it's robbing your freedom. You're not there to be on a sexual escapade. You're there because
you gotta find the silver lining in anything.
Well,
right?
I suppose. Yeah, I don't know if it's so.
If you had to pick a jail with all dudes,
it's more of a poop lining than a silver lining.
Well, it's a fucking lining, nevertheless. Oh man, but yeah,
I couldn't turn away, bro. I'm a documentary guy. I love documentaries. I didn't know. I kind of like. you know, I'm more like a making of a murder guy, even though that this did have fucking some crazy twists and turns, but it just kept you guessing every step of the way.
Dude,
like he is such.
It did, and then the guy, and then like you got the
He said-
guy from South Carolina. He got the 3 wives.
Yeah.
Bro, I follow this kid on Instagram. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I just followed the kid because he's always around tigers.
Wait, who are we talking about? Which guy?
The guy Cody Antilli or something, or not Cody. Cody, that's the son, the dad, Doc.
Oh, Doc. He's
yeah.
got okay.
He's,
yeah.
His son Cody.
He's a little bit of a
I follow on
weirdo
Instagram.
too. They
Yeah.
say they raided his place, but he wasn't doing
good,
anything
yeah,
illegal.
yeah,
He was good.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
But
they're
you heard
all
he
weird.
bought tigers. Said he killed tigers.
Yeah.
So,
all of those animal
Dude,
people.
I don't like Carol Baskins though. She's going out there trying to shut all these people down, and she's doing the same exact thing. And she's got
in the beginning.
No. Dude,
She did.
She's still doing the same thing. We
She
talking
doesn't
about.
do tiger petting, right?
Yeah, she does. Okay, you go to. She's still making money off these fucking people.
I agree,
Off
but
tigers,
I agree.
whether they're not
Yeah,
petting them,
yeah,
whether
yeah.
they're petting them or not.
No, I agree
She's
with
still
you.
fucking
I
making
agree.
money off
I
these
agree.
people,
I
and
agree.
she's got volunteers working her shit.
She's just
the
smarter.
smartest one.
She's
of
the
all.
smartest
Yeah.
one out of all of
But
them.
she's still
You know
not-
what? You know what? Like put her miles ahead of everybody else. The internet. She figured out social media. She figured out how to get on. You know, like get your most popular
Well,
views
put her miles
on.
ahead. Everybody was that rich
Yeah.
husband she fucking
Well,
fed to the tigers.
Yeah. Do you think
Right?
she did it?
Dude,
I don't know, man. Seems odd. That,
Listen, you know how like they say people lie when they lie, they look up.
yeah, she looked
In
up a
that
lot.
video, which is I didn't kill my husband, and she looks
Yeah,
up. I'm like,
yeah.
damn, that bitch did it.
And then she married that new dude that is kind of when he talks, he's fairly intellectual, but he's a bro. At their wedding, he's walking around on a
Dude,
fucking
come
leash,
on,
dressed
bro.
up as a tiger.
Come
You're a
on,
fucking
bro.
weirdo, bro.
Hell yeah, all
know
of
what I
them
mean?
are a little weird.
They're all
And what about
odd.
the dude Jeff?
Anybody that has that tight of a bond. Not that I'm an animal hater. I love animals. I've owned dogs. I like animals. I do. Peter would differ with you, but they're weird. They're all a little bit weird when you have that fetish. You know what I mean? Peter, they're the weirdest people on earth.
Peter, bro. Do you know like
They're the weirdest fucking people on earth.
You know like the Boston Dynamics.
They hate human beings.
You know Boston Dynamics,
Of course.
like the robots.
Yeah.
And,
They
like,
make some of the most
people are
insane
trying
shit.
to like find out ways to make them durable, so they're kicking them over.
Yeah,
this and
yeah,
that. Peter put a thing. We really don't think that's the right way to treat robots. Like,
Yeah.
are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Dude,
What are they doing? Like, they should not even. I mean, I guess they should exist. It's
They
good for animal
are
cruelty.
perfectly. No,
but-
I think the
but
original.
they overreach.
The original cause, I'm sure, started out as a good one. You know, I'm sure it was like, you know, animals are getting abused, animals are getting tested upon. Like, let's stop that. I'm behind that. I don't have any issue with that. It's when you pass a certain point where you think that humans should be murdered for, like, me. I fucking ate a goldfish, which is dumb as shit. I shouldn't have done it. I agree. But it was a goldfish that was a feeder fish that was going to get fed to another fish anyway. It was going to be eaten. I shouldn't have done it. It was a dumb thing.
Why shouldn't you have done it? Because you thought it was
I should be more mature than that at 44 years old.
I think that gives you youth.
Yeah, but I'm not crying about it. I ain't sad about it. I'm not like, oh my God, I fucking wish I regurgitated this fish and it came back to life. It gave me sustenance, right? It got me through the day. It gave me protein. Like that fish gave me life like it would have given the other fish life that it's sushi. It just had fins on it still, right? But, you know, these people are so obsessed with animals. They came after me by the thousands telling me they want my kids to die and get eaten by, you know, tigers in front of me, and they hope I witness it so that they will experience what that fish and the fear that fish I'm like,
They're so stupid.
You
man.
people are fucking mental on a whole nother level.
You can't. They get to the point where
When you compare a human life, especially to a goldfish,
but listen, they get to the point where you can't take them seriously.
It's ridiculous.
Like now, like when they're sitting there sticking up for another animal that maybe rightfully so needs to be, you're not going to take them serious.
No,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no life even close to a human life. Not even fucking close. Do I empathize with animals? Of course I do.
But hey, do you think those things should be in cages? I don't.
No,
You know,
no, not
of course
at all.
not.
Not
But
at all.
like, hey, but that's nothing though. Like they say,
I personally will not take my kids to SeaWorld. I don't really have a problem if you go and that's your thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I don't want to either. You're right.
I've watched a lot and learned a lot about orcas, and I think that they're a highly intelligent animal and they don't deserve that life. So I wouldn't take them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to go pick it. I'm not going to go fucking tell other families. You make that decision in your own household. That's for you to make. For me, I wouldn't do it. So.
Yeah, I'm not down with that. Although I did go somewhere. Where was I?
I did too, but I learned a lot.
Where the dolphins came up and messed you, and I'm like,
I did that
and
too.
they're in like a huge it's netted. It seems like a natural beach.
Right.
It doesn't seem like they're in tanks. I don't know. Maybe at nighttime they
I
don't know.
did that too, but after that, I learned a lot about it, and I'm not saying I would never do that again. I probably wouldn't, though. You know what I mean? I learned a lot about it after I did it, and trust me, if I saw any abuse or they seemed, like they were miserable or anything, I would have had no part of it. It seemed like a very happy fucking environment for everybody involved, but I could be wrong, and yes, that's not their natural environment, and yes, it's probably wrong on some level.
I don't know if it was their natural environment, but it was like part of the cove. You know what I mean? They were in the regular bay or ocean.
We probably did it at the same place. Where'd you do it? Secrets or wherever?
What was that? Beaches?
Jamaica?
I don't remember, man.
It was Jamaica.
I can't remember. My memory's in the gutter, bro.
But I mean, there are prisoners of war, American prisoners of war that are in cages, and fucking PETA don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's their place, but a little over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But who's the guy? I think do you think they set up Joe Exotic? What's the guy? Jeffers? What's his name? What's the other guy? Jeff? He was the dude with he had the bandana and the hat. He came in to help him.
Wait, the guy that was shooting the documentary?
No, not the guy shooting the documentary. The guy, his partner, Joe.
Oh, yes, yeah. I don't know,
right?
man.
Jeff was, yeah.
They suspect that possibly
because they said him and his boy, who was ex-con,
right,
said they hired him to go kill Carol, and that guy vouched for him. Yeah,
well, that guy,
like they set him up.
Well, they turned state's evidence. They obviously talked to the feds, and they
But that guy I think he was like, yeah, I'll kill him. They in a sense they blackmailed.
They
him.
wanted Joe Exotic. That's who they wanted. They were scared Joe Exotic was going to go on a fucking shooting rampage and kill Carol Baskin. Or
do you think he would have? I don't think he had it.
He gave the guy $3,000. That the guy that was
did he though?
That was friends.
Did he? That's what he's saying.
I don't know.
That's what he's saying.
He said he ran with the money. I don't know, man. Everybody's out to save their own ass. I think they're all kind of scumbags. All of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
all of them.
I think anybody.
They're all on fucking heroin. They're all fucked up. They're all.
Well, that guy Doc and Tilly though, I think he's got a pretty good thing going in South Carolina.
Doc is,
he's got 3 wives, bro.
Yeah. Not a bad thing. Honestly, I wouldn't want that. Would you want that? That's
3 wives.
That's 3 amount the time of bitching. 3 times the amount of bitching.
No, I'm good.
I wouldn't want that. I was married once, and that was good enough.
Yeah.
That was good enough.
But I wonder, how the Making a Murder. They said too, the Making a Murder. They opened that case up after that documentary came out.
Right, it was a Making of a Murder for 2.
But I'm saying, they opened the case though.
Yeah.
But they say because of the Netflix and the viewership and all these people making us think of it.
Public opinion, man, sways huge. You think O.J. Simpson, bro, if he was just a regular Joe and there wasn't half the country watching that murder case, you think he would have been behind bar? I mean, yes, he went eventually for something completely unrelated, but he would have 100% been locked up for that. 100%. Public opinion sways.
The glove don't fit.
Yeah, you must have quit. Yeah.
I don't know. We were young for that. I remember that though. I remember being I was in 6th grade at a friend's birthday party. We slept over, got up in the morning, and that's when OJ had the Jeep scene or the Bronco.
Chase the Bronco.
We're all like, holy shit, OJ!
Yeah.
That was crazy.
He was a legend, bro. Remember him in the Airplane movies?
Oh, Airplane. No, Naked Gun. Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. You're right. Naked Gun.
Yeah.
But I think he was in Airplane too. No,
I don't think so.
Wasn't he a pilot?
Nah. Maybe.
I thought he was a pilot.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, my grandmother, who I was super, super close with, my dad's mom, I was so close with her. I was still living in Maine at this time, and I would go up there at lunchtime every day. My grandmother babied me so much. She fucking made me biscuits, homemade biscuits. You got to remember, I grew up in Maine, but made me lunch every day, and I'd go up there and chill out on her couch, and we would watch the trial every day together. And she was so convinced. My grandmother had probably never met a black guy in her life, black person in her life, and she was so convinced that he was innocent. He's such a nice man. Such a nice man, Roger. He didn't do that.
But that's why he got away with it. That's why he got away with it. Remember he said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Wait, what? Crazy. He was like
he does have crazy charisma. He does.
He does. He was like the America's boy next door in a sense. I mean, he was so popular.
But then you hear like Nicole's 911 calls. When you hear him yelling at the door downstairs. Like sounds like a different human.
He's in that, bro. Dude, see him run? See him run as a quarterback, running back, dude. Yeah. Dude's an animal.
He is.
You see him walk. He has that walk too. That's that guilty ass walk. Bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. Lion King, man, great dog. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. I don't know why.
Tiger King.
Oh, sorry. I said
Lion King.
Tiger King. I couldn't look away. It was
So
like a car crash after a car crash after a car crash.
It's got one thing after the next. All the people in there are corrupt as fuck.
They had Ligers in there, so I was half right with Tiger King.
Yeah,
Lion King.
That's the guy Doc and Tilly had.
Yeah.
So, bro, I know you're into working out. You're into the gym. What are you doing in the meantime?
Honestly, bro, I haven't done anything.
No.
I haven't worked out at all. I mean, maybe a few push-ups at my house, but haven't gone anywhere. The Seaside Boardwalk where we would go, and at the very least, we'd walk my girl's dog. You know what I mean? It's close.
Yeah, I ran there a couple of days ago. I've been working out every day.
Yeah. Well, you have a gym in your basement. I don't have.
I mean, it's a fucking makeshift gym, bro. I was literally wrestling the pole today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's resist. He ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to see your kids staring at you fucking wrestling a pole.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying. I'm going nuts. I'm going a little nuts. I got to work out, though. No matter what, I work it every day. That's the best time I feel.
Consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert. Do you like being out among the people? I know you're a kind person. I know you love your fans. I know you like people. You're genuinely a good dude. But is that your environment? Do you like being out, or can you be home and it be fine with you?
Yeah, I could. I'm dead in the middle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like my wife had all these challenges going around. I had like one of those white wine, red wine, introvert or outside summertime. And I was like introvert, extrovert. I'm like, damn, I'm fucking right in the middle, man. I can kick it. I can talk to people. I can get along with anybody. Pretty much anybody in the world. I could converse with. I'm easygoing, dude. I don't. I'm not too. I don't think my shit don't stink. I'm not that guy. Yeah. But I also like my alone time. I definitely do.
So for me, starting out as 15 years ago, just a Frankie fan, I totally get that because I never knew if the guy liked me or not. He's always nice to me when I see him, but then it's like, does he really like me or is he just like nice? You know what I mean? So it took me about 10 years to figure out if you actually like me or not. And I would go to his fights. I would fly to California to fucking. I remember one time I flew to California to see you fight. Who's the redheaded guy?
Bocek. Yeah,
Bocek.
Yeah.
I flew out there to see you fight. I was actually in the stands right next to his mother after you fucking whooped his ass. But you and your dad and your whole family, your sister, everybody went to a sushi spot.
Yeah.
And the girl I was dating at the time. We went there because we heard you were going there, and I was like, I don't want to go up and talk to him or whatever. I just kind of waved at you across the fucking.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Yep.
Yeah, I could mix it up with that many different crowds. I've always been that guy.
Same.
In high school, I was friends with, the bad kids.
Yep.
I was friends with the smart kids, the 90210 kids, the jocks. Like, I kicked it with everybody.
Same. I was the same. Yeah, I was the same. I was not a jock. I was sort of middle of the road. I played sports up until I wanted nice things, and my dad and my mom both said to me, my dad was going to give me a piece of shit car for my first car. I didn't grow up wealthy at all, and I wanted a nice car. So my dad was like, "Go get yourself a fucking bank loan. You don't want your grandfather's Eagle Rambler? You even know what that is?
No.
It's a wood paneled station wagon, basically 4-wheel drive though.
Shit.
Yeah,
all right.
It's horrible. It looks like a football, bro. So I didn't want it. I was like, I'm not driving that fucking thing. I wanted my cousin's, GMC Blazer that he was selling, Chevy Blazer that he was selling. And it was, I looked up to my cousin, so he was like, fine, quit sports and go get a job. So my sophomore year, I had to quit. I was running cross country, soccer.
Cross country, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I ran cross country. I sucked at it, but I did it. Cross country in Maine literally is totally different than anywhere else. Like, you guys have these probably nice groomed trails and wilderness fucking paths and shit you hike. You literally just ran down the side of the dirt road in Maine. You know what I mean? It was like the least costly exercise or sport you could possibly do.
I ran cross country a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah. Just getting in shape for wrestling. You know, I was decent too.
I wasn't great. I wasn't horrible, but I was kind of always middle of the road.
My thing with cross country is like I'm running cross country. I did it to get in shape. My teammates, like, he was a senior, I was a freshman. I looked up to him, and he's like, I'm gonna run cross country. You should do it to get in shape. I'm like, all right, cool. So I did it my freshman year. I took second to county out of freshmen, in Orange County. But I was like, a lot of these dudes are dorks.
Yeah.
I'm like, no fucking way I'm letting these dorks beat me, bro. That's the only reason
it is true. It is true.
Dude, but I learned, man, those dorks
But
are
the crazy part is there were some hot chicks that ran cross country, which is kind of why I did it.
Yeah. Yep. You're always behind them too, probably.
I was, watching those little asses jiggle up and down. Always. And they wear the short shorts, yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The cross country was tough, dude.
It's an odd sport, but it's
honestly, that sport is all mental. 100% mental.
I would agree.
I mean, I guess
Most
you could be built for
sports
running.
kinda are, but,
yeah, they are, but you need to have, you could be mentally toughest dude in the world, but if you can't fucking jump and shoot the ball, you ain't gonna make a basketball team.
Listen, there's some guys in the UFC that are just absolutely fucking shredded. You fought some of them. They're just shredded specimens of humankind. They really are. And there are some fucking dudes that are just total polar opposite of that and are great fighters. Roy Nelson, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Great fucking fighter. Looks like a hot bag of shit that you'd see drinking at a bar.
Not really, though. He's got a big belly. You took that belly away.
What do you mean he's got a big belly, bro? He's got flappy boobies.
No, he don't.
Really?
Nah, he just got a big belly, dude.
All right.
Pretty jacked otherwise. I bet you underneath that belly's fucking abs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Maybe it's the mullet that throws you off.
But he's athletic, too. He's great on the ground.
That's what I'm saying.
Athletic.
But he's not what you would
athletic
suspect.
is not an appearance.
No, I agree. I agree.
Although
typically it is, but I agree.
Well, no, they say like an athlete, you want the back to go here, the butt to go out, then you come back in, then the legs to go out. That is an athlete.
Yeah. Who says that? I never heard
People.
that.
You ever heard that?
No.
You ever heard that?
The back to go in.
No,
the butt to go out.
The butt goes out. Butt goes out. Then it goes in a little bit.
Okay, well,
out again.
wouldn't that be like the perfect specimen?
You want me to show you?
Yeah.
You want me to show you?
If you stand up, the camera still won't see you. But isn't that like what I'm saying? Like the perfect athlete, right? You think like this shredded, this fucking guy. You think this guy.
Like track and field, right?
Yeah.
That's like straight. You got to be athletic. You got to be an athlete to do that.
Right.
I think even football too. You have to be an athlete. Like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA, fighting. You could find ways to be good. You could be not the most athletic guy, but you could still find ways to be better. On the highest
level, though, because 80% of guys and women are shredded, great shape. And then 20%, you have that 20% that isn't, that still kick ass and take names, bro.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I was trying to focus more on the mental. Don't you think those guys are just extremely confident, and girls are extremely confident human beings that don't subscribe to the theory that I got to be a brick shit house to be? They're just on another level of confidence.
It's confidence. It's their competitiveness. That's what I say. I had a teammate in college that was an All-American. He was nasty, but so very unorthodox.
Is this the one that does porn now?
No, not the one that does porn now.
Okay.
All right, he's very unorthodox. Maybe not the most traditional athletic guy, but he just found ways to win because he was so competitive. So competitive. He's like, I don't give a fuck if I can't lift a lot of weight or I can't do this. Yeah. I'm gonna find a way to win. And he found the way to get good, and he was an All-American because of it. And I think that's what you see a lot. You see guys that are just like, you know what? I'm just super competitive too. Like Diego Sanchez. I mean, he's athletic, but he just has such a strong mind his whole life. Tony Ferguson, bro. Ferguson. I mean, I don't know how great of a wrestler he was coming up. He wasn't a world beater, but dude, he's fucking one of the best fighters in the world because his mind.
Correct. I agree with that. Tony Ferguson is a little fucking nutso, and so is Diego. Diego's a little nutso too. Yeah. I love watching those guys fight.
Yeah, man.
I watch those nutso guys, bro. They bring the heat. I love watching their fights.
For sure, man. Speaking of fighting, Bo, what about Jon Jones, man?
So listen, here's my Jon Jones story. You want my Jon Jones story? When Jon Jones had just made it in the UFC, I don't know what his record was at the time. He wasn't the champ. He'd only had a few fights. I met him at the Arnold Classic. I think it was the Arnold Classic.
What year?
God, this is going back to early days of me and Jenny. We were together. This got to be close to 10 years ago.
It's 2010. I wonder if I was there.
Ballpark. But we were at the Arnold Classic, and he was, Melky, his manager.
Yes. Right.
Melky was walking around, and he came up to us and said, "Hey, I got somebody that wants to meet you." And Jon Jones. I represent Jon Jones. I'm here with Jon Jones. And brought him over, and we met him, and he was cool. He was this super young, just happy-go-lucky guy. You know what I mean? And do I know him at all? Fuck no. But the 10 minutes I spent with him there, talking to him and bullshitting with him at the Arnold Classic, he was genuine. He was cool. He was a nice guy. And we said, "Why don't you meet us out tonight? We're doing a club appearance." Oh, I say we. Jenny is doing a club appearance tonight at whatever fucking club it was, some club that paid her to be there. Why don't you meet us? And he said, "I will. I'll come meet you out." And he came and he sat with us and he fucking hung out with us. And I went up and talked to the DJ and got the DJ to announce his name. And he was like super pumped. Bro, he can give a fuck about that now. He's so, but he was like pumped. He was like fucking throwing. And he was a legitimate, nice guy. I hung out with him once in my life, actually. You know what I mean? But really nice guy. And then this rise to fame, I don't know. Does that change you? Do you start making stupid decisions because you get so much money and you get clout and you get girls throwing themselves at you? or was he always like that? I don't fucking know. You know,
I mean, every dealings I had with John, I got along with him great. You know, spoke to him many times, hung out with him, probably had a drink with him before. Never really partied with him, but you know, we've been in UFC events or stuff like that. Right. But he's always a good guy, man. I remember walking out to a fight. He's like, you know, I was about to fight. I forget who I was about to fight, but he came up to me. You know, I'm in the back warming up, and he was like, "Show these motherfuckers who you are." You know, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? This is when he was a champ and stuff at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's just a shame, dude. It's so much talent, and
I always
the dude can't get out of his own way.
I always say, like, what separates? We talked about it here one time. What separates, you know, success from people that sometimes don't make it. And there's a lot of other factors. Listen, there's a lot of other factors that come into why some people never rise to the top, you know, hardships or what they were born into for a situation. But typically speaking, 8 times out of 10, let's say, good decision making, right? You make good decisions. Now, here's a guy that made it to the pinnacle of his career and is still there, literally still there, and makes bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, but is still arguably the greatest fighter who ever lived. How is that fucking possible? How is that possible that you make that many bad decisions? And they are bad decisions. There's no question. You know, driving drunk and being Jon Jones, bad decision. Running into it happened to be the worst case scenario of someone you could run into and injuring her, whether it was a pregnant woman or not, whether it was just you or I out driving and then taking off and running from the law, like just. Those are decisions you make, and they're poor decisions. They're just poor decisions. But you're still at the pinnacle of your career. You're still the greatest fighter, arguably, who's ever lived. How? How?
He's just that talented, man.
He's that fucking talented, bro. You talk about headstrong. You know, I absorb criticism and I absorb things that have gone through my life, and I wear it on my chest, bro. You see it. I stress, man. I stress. I'm like, oh my fuck, how am I ever? I thought about blowing my fucking brains out one time. This guy has such will and such strong head power and such a strong mindset that he just strives through it all. He just strives through it all, bro. Strives through it all.
Either that, he strives through it all, or he don't give a fuck.
One or the other.
You know what I mean? It's got to be one or the other, right? I mean, how many times are you gonna put yourself in this situation?
If he really didn't give a fuck, though, would he give a fuck about being the champ and fighting to the why do you give a fuck about just one thing in life?
Well, a lot of people do that. You don't think so? I think a lot of people just focus on one thing. Maybe that's his fucking thing. He's like, as long as I have this in order, everything else can fucking do it out.
You just don't you don't rise to that level of,
I'm sure he cares.
Success with only caring about
honestly,
one thing.
I'm sure he cares. You see him.
He speaks pretty eloquently.
But I just think he's. I don't know. He has some demons, bro. So he has some demons. Like obviously, it's like, man, just be yourself, bro.
But he's a married guy with children, right?
He's not married, but he has 4 children.
Okay,
I believe with his. I don't know if he's married actually, but he has 4 kids with
He's from upstate New York. He's from a very successful family. Both of his brothers play in the NFL, correct?
Yeah, I think
he trains in New Mexico, correct? Yeah. So he's not in upstate. But by the way, in upstate New York, you get a DWI for running into a telephone pole with his Bentley.
Yes.
So I don't know.
So this is number 3. Right?
You know, my experience with him is
this isn't number 3. It's number 2.
Number 2, but he also had that one where he was on video of arguing with the cop for speeding and calling the cop a bunch of names and stuff.
You know, that one cop was one of the arresting officers the second time too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't know if that's gonna matter or anything, but his lawyers might go after that. Who knows?
But this time he had a gun in the car.
Yeah, and supposedly he was bucking shots out. Because they found a round on the ground. They said it was the same caliber.
Right.
They're gonna run it and see if it was from that gun.
Right.
But like, dude, what are you doing, bro?
I don't know.
He was talking to Obama or something.
How Frankie Edgar, give me the answer. How does this story play out? How does this end? Does it end in tragedy? Does this guy blow his brains out in 6 months?
Yeah, I mean,
or do you think he comes back?
I can't say. I don't want to say that, but
do you think he hits rock bottom? Is this rock bottom? I don't think it's rock bottom.
I think he's hit rock bottom already.
I don't.
If this, that's what I'm saying. You're right. If these past experiences haven't been rock bottom hasn't happened yet.
Correct. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Does it happen, or does he make the ultimate comeback and actually?
I hope he does
start making good decisions.
I hope he does, but does it look like that? I mean, no, it doesn't look like that.
Ever seen a fighter with better fight IQ than him?
I mean, it's tough to say. Demetrius Johnson. There's guys out there that are great, you know. But Jones, obviously.
Let's talk about Demetrius Johnson. Why did he never hit the popularity level? Never put out the pay-per-view buys that to be that legitimate and that amazing. Bro, I've never watched a Demetrius Johnson fight that has done anything but exhilarate me. He is a phenom, but
you like little guys too, though.
The people don't get behind him. Why? Why did he go over to one? He couldn't produce the numbers.
Right, because he's just like a nice fucking guy.
You think
he's
that's
a nice
it?
Video game playing fucking normal guy, bro. You know, he's not like this outlandish guy. He's not
you think it's that he doesn't sell the fight? You think that he doesn't? You don't think his fighting style to me sells it?
For me, of course, I'm a fan. He's one of the best guys to watch.
Pay for a Demetrius Johnson fight any day of the week.
He's one of the most technical fighters to ever do this game. You know,
no question.
No holes in his game. Not one hole.
None.
Not one hole.
None.
Cardio, everything. He has everything. Why? It's just because, you know. Because MMA fans are more like they're like WWE fans a little bit.
Yeah.
They need a little drama. They need a little excitement. I get it. I think that's why maybe I didn't get as much buzz compared to some other guys.
Ever regret that? And we talked about this.
Yeah, I can't. Nah, man, I'm here.
Payday wise.
I mean, do I wish? I don't know. I don't know if it would have came.
You're pretty slick, bro. You're not an idiot.
No, I'm not a dummy. I definitely could fucking cut it up and have fun and make jokes and whatnot. But to me, it's like when I'm sometimes. These guys, you know, I'm in fight mode, bro. Right. I'm not sitting there trying to. I mean, I want to fucking fight. That's all I want to do.
But guys can do both.
You can. You're right.
I feel like
yeah, you can. Right. But some guys can't. Obviously,
right.
And those are the guys that. It's just crazy, like you know how MMA. It's like you can't just be good at what you do.
Are you afraid you'd come across like a Colby? Is that a Colby Covington?
Nah, I just never thought of it. Yeah. Honestly, I never thought of it. Like. The only way to come across Colby, I'd have to go pretty fucking far.
It kind of started after you, though, didn't it? You've been in the UFC so long. When did the first
Chael was the first one. That was like kind of during my time.
And then Conor came on. Connor's the best, probably, but
Chael's the original. Chael and Conor the best, hands down.
Yep. Who and both have been beaten, so you know.
Well, many times.
Yeah.
You know. And
so
now,
I may not have to shave my head for a while.
Yeah, that's what I say.
So
damn, man.
We're talking fighting. Frankie and I bet.
We'll make another bet.
We it's the best out of 3, so I still have a shot. But
no, we're gonna do one because who knows if these fights are gonna get made. We can do best out of 3. We gotta pick a. We'll see when the next fight gets booked.
Listen, I would if it was best. If it was only one, if it's best out of 3, I feel like I got a chance. But if we're just picking one fight. Listen, I like Tony's odds. I think he's going to give Khabib the best fight he's ever had, but I'd pick Khabib. So I want to do I don't want to just do one fucking fight, bro. All right. This is shaving my head.
Well, no, but that fight's not going to happen. That's what I'm saying. So whatever fight they make for UFC 249, if they do.
Well, then we got to agree on the picks.
Yeah, we'll pick. We'll visit this again.
I tried to be fair because you said you would have picked Israel, so I tried to be fair and say I'll take Tony.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to be fair about
it. Guys, he's real fair now.
Yeah.
Guy. All right. Listen. So now Khabib Tony's not happening. Now they supposedly reached out to Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje versus Tony.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, I want to see Tony and Khabib versus more than probably anybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that fight though.
Not mad at that fight.
Gaethje versus fucking Tony.
Gaethje's a warrior, bro.
Dude, Gaethje's the man, bro.
Warrior,
he's gonna come after that dude, and Tony don't back down. Like, dude, I think Gaethje can win that fight, 100%.
Do I think he can win it? Sure, I would pick Tony still, but I think he can win it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might pick Tony just because of the well-roundedness.
You can't stop Gaethje, but I don't know how Gaethje would do on the ground against Tony. I don't know. Tony's so good. I
don't know if he could take. Gaethje's an all-American wrestler. He's got very good wrestling.
Yeah,
I don't know if Tony could take him down, which maybe he can.
He's gonna cut him up with the elbows.
The thing is, yeah, he could cut him. Gaethje gets hit a lot, but Gaethje damages, and Tony gets hit.
Yep, Tony does.
But Gaethje hits like another level.
And you brought it up. I won't take credit for it. Tony's been mounted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but Tony gets hit too.
Right.
Just hit. I mean, Pettis had him rocked.
Yep.
Pettis and Gaethje, they're a little different. You know, Gaethje hurts you, he's coming. He's coming.
I'm not mad at either fighter for winning that. I'm a Gaethje fan, true, and I'm a Tony fan. Something about that crazy motherfucker Tony though, just like I just want to see that guy win because he's fucking. Not only in his interviews, not only in the cage, but in his personal life, there's something wrong with that dude. There's something wrong with that guy.
Well,
there's something fucking like off with him.
Well, I told you the stuff he said he was saying, and there was people
on the walls, and
people injected shit in his legs, and
something.
So there's some issues.
I know, but it's for me.
You like
it's exciting.
That? You like
It's
that?
yeah, it's like fucking. He's not
Well,
not
of course,
your average
of course,
fighter.
you like the crazy. I mean, look.
Yeah, look.
look,
You gonna say it? You gonna say it? You gonna say it? Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. She gonna come for you now, motherfucker.
Oh my goodness. But okay, and then they're talking about Usman and Masvidal.
Mm.
Depending on that card. Well, now like this, I don't know. You never.
I don't think I'll ever bet against Masvidal ever again. Ever.
Then I'll take that bet
You take Usman?
for sure.
I think Usman is a phenom of a fighter. I mean, look at what he's done. His last 2 fights, he's just looked fucking incredible.
I love Masvidal. Don't get me
But
wrong.
Masvidal is a straight gangster. He's a gangster in the street, and he's a gangster in the cage, bro. Like, either one.
Agreed. But I still think Usman gets it done.
No, I'm going Masvidal. I'll take that one. I'll go Masvidal.
If it happens,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Just look at what he did.
Well, this is what I see.
And I agree, Usman and Nate are totally different fighters. But not many people make Nate look silly in there, and he kind of made Nate look silly. That's rare, bro. Nate is a gangster, you know?
So, if you follow the Twitter today or whatever, Instagram, Twitter, like the drama right now is who's taking the fight and who's not taking the fight. Because Usman's saying, bro, I said I took the fight. Now you're saying that you're not taking it? Like, I thought you said you wanted the fight. And now...
Oh, Masvidal.
Now Masvidal said, "Hey, I'm available." He tweeted, "I'm available April 18th." So if they're both saying it, how's this not happening?
I agree.
You know, so someone's lying.
But there's a lot of politics behind the scenes that we don't get to see. So enlighten us, because you get to see it.
What do you mean?
What are the politics behind the scene? You've got a lot of calls, not a lot of calls, but you've got calls, short notice calls, and you always take them, right?
I always take them.
You obviously regret the last one. It wasn't.
I don't regret anything.
You don't regret it.
I don't regret anything.
Okay.
I would probably still done the same thing. I
Do you
regret
regret it,
how
though?
I
Can
fought.
we-
How I fought, maybe.
Can we
but I
talk? Can we talk a little personal? Do you regret it because the payday didn't work out the way you thought it would? Cost a lot to send your guys over there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man,
But the tax fucking hit you took from Korea.
Yeah.
It didn't work out the way you thought financially. Had you known all that going in, would you have still agreed?
I don't change shit you can't change. So
I like that.
you
I've
know
always
what I mean?
respected that about
Yeah.
you. I respect that.
Look, I put on the line. I've been putting on the line, and I'll fucking gonna be putting on the line until I'm dead. And that's the person I am, and I'm willing to do that. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
yep.
I don't regret it. Of course, I regret maybe I didn't keep my right hand up when I threw that left hook, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Right.
But hey, you know, what are you gonna do, man? That's the way it goes.
Right. No, I respect that. Total respect for that, man.
But as far as like you're saying, the background, I mean, like as long as no one's sitting there trying to change their deal,
Yeah.
if Usman said yes and Masvidal said yes, I don't see the problem. Of course, obviously, there's a lot of logistics with this, with the
But
virus.
what I'm
and all this
saying is,
bullshit.
from a guy that has been behind the scenes, done the negotiations, are they saying that to the UFC too? Or are they just fucking putting it out there to the fans?
Well,
for
now
the
at this
hype?
point, I mean, if you
Is
put
the
it out to
UFC
the
calling their bluff and saying, okay,
Yeah,
and
yes, I
then
would
still
imagine.
the fight's not happening.
If they need a fight, they're
Right.
definitely gonna call them out on it.
Okay.
Dana don't fuck around.
Yeah, true.
Dana will be like, "Yeah, I thought you said you're gonna fight."
Yeah,
He'll
true.
literally call
that is,
someone out.
that is one thing you got to give Dana credit for.
Yeah.
He kind of fucking tells it like it is.
Yeah. And you know, I got, you know, again, I don't know how you feel about this. A lot of people are like, Dana's an idiot for trying to put these fights on, da 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 da. And I get it. Yeah, I get you're right. You don't want to spread this. This is definitely some unprecedented times.
But
all
Dana
that.
was willing to do it just for the viewers at home. He wasn't going to fill an arena, right?
No, yeah, just for the viewers at home. But still,
Right.
you know, guys got to travel, guys do this, people are going to. But like, listen to this, like, and luckily.
Who do you give credit for saving the? I'm going to pronounce her.
Let me finish this thought real quick.
Okay.
So like, you know, Dana's getting all this flack, and like for me, I've been in this game for a long time. I'm financially comfortable. I don't need to fight right away. I need to fight somewhat soon, but I don't need to fight right away. There's lots of guys that aren't on the pay scale that I am. They haven't been in the UFC that long. They need to fight, right? So, and a lot of people, how would you fight? You're such a scumbag. Like, not for nothing. Like, there's still pizza delivery people. There's restaurant workers. You're working. I know you're essential, and fighters aren't essential, and I get that. But if you're at home, whoever's at home, if they were given the opportunity to make money and feed their family, or not make money and have to struggle, what would you do?
I get that.
Come on, what the fuck would you do?
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I don't have, I can say anything to us. And we're fucking fighters. We're all off a little bit to begin with.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
I mean, we're putting on the line. We're putting ourselves in risk to begin with. So, of course, we're going to jump to that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I don't think anybody.
No, and
could
everyone's
fault
like,
you for
like
it.
a lot of media guys too, like, which is kind of crazy. You know, I see some one of my teammates going back and forth to the media guy, and the media guy's like, "Oh, she's like, dude, like, the reason you're talking about this is because we're talking about fighting.
Right.
Like we're your job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I just don't.
It's a good argument.
Yeah.
It's a good argument.
Yeah, and she had the person had a lot. This person who was she had a lot of good arguments. And like you said, the argument about the pizza. What about the pizza delivery people? The pizza people, like they're working, they can make extra money. Why are you not yelling at them?
Right.
You know. And now it's a little different. Obviously, people need to eat and this and that. But bro, fucking Ralph's and Rita's is open. Do people need Italian ice? Is Italian ice essential?
I know.
No, but it's open because people need to work. People need to make fucking money.
Right.
There's rent to be made. There's mortgage to be made.
Especially if you can do it and not have mass crowds, right?
Right,
if you can do it.
That's the thing. Like, and that's it. That's what Dana's saying. Listen, we're gonna do this the best way we can.
Right.
We test everybody. If we could test everybody, and everyone's clean, let them fucking fight. Who cares?
Right. Yeah. No, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to pretend to, but that's certainly a strong argument. I get it, and everybody's got to put food on the table, like you said.
But again, we gotta, you gotta follow the rules the best you can. You really have to. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, it's all bullshit, because it's not bullshit. It's real. Obviously, it's going.
And we're not bullshitting you guys. Other than my job, which I tried to explain to you, that we have to follow very stringent guidelines, and there's no contact with customers. They're not even contact with the office people who handle, like the money and our tickets at the end of the day and things like that. I know you have been. We've been pretty stringent to that. So it's we're not just over here talking but not living that life. I really have been.
No, I really have. Honestly.
Other than my girl who doesn't have any symptoms, I really haven't, and my children who have just been going between Jenny's and my house. That's it,
Yeah.
And it's a direct drop off. I mean, I think we've been doing our part, but you can't fault people for wanting to put food on the table.
No, man, no way. If I feel like if you had that opportunity and you didn't take it, what kind of person are you?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, granted, as long as you're not, if we know we're doing our best not to spread this, not make this worse, not make this longer, of course. That's first and foremost. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. And I put some tweets out or posts out about fighting. I'm like, as long as health and safety is a concern, then I'm game.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different people and a lot of different formats and a lot of different careers that are affected by this, and clearly some are different than other. What is Wall Street shut down? It's got to be, right? The market is still...
No, it opens. Every day it opens.
Well, obviously, that's never going to stop. But I'm saying Wall Street, where they have all the day traders packed into one bit. That's got to be...
Do they need... I feel like now the way it is, like it's not like it used to be where people are on the floor. Oh, everything is computer. I don't think it's like that anymore, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But... yeah, tough times we live in. This unprecedented times. I probably will never see this again in my lifetime. My kids, maybe. I don't know, but I don't think my kids will even remember it. They're 3 and 5. They probably will just remember.
Yeah, I know my kids are. My one son's in 5th grade and my other's in 4th, and they're gonna remember. Oh, my 4th grade year, I just stopped halfway through. Right. They're gonna remember that for sure.
Some crazy shit going on in Lakewood right now,
bro. Like. Party after party getting broken up there.
They pulled the bus over yesterday.
They're just disregarding everything. I told you 5. Now 6 rabbis died there from the coronavirus.
I watched the thing, and this is not from an anti-Semite point of view at all. When I lived in North Dover, all my neighbors were Jewish, and I got along with them tremendously. They're terrific people. Hasidic Jews, correct? Or Orthodox? Both. I think a little bit of both, but a lot of them came from Brooklyn, New York. Mm-hmm. And moved into my neighborhood before Jenny and I got a divorce. And honestly, I got along with them better than I did my old neighbors. It's crazy. But what is going on in Lakewood right now is bringing a lot of attention to New Jersey. And I don't understand it. I mean, we're all in this together. You have to obey.
Yeah, I hear they're breaking up parties with 100 people there. They're having weddings left and right. I mean, I don't know, man. They're kind of like a... Their community stays to themselves.
Yeah.
They don't assimilate. You know what I'm saying? Their kids don't go to our schools. They don't go to our stores. They don't even go to our stores. They don't do anything. So they assimilate. So I wonder if in their own little population do they not know about it? Do they not respect it? Are they saying, this is bullshit? Who knows?
I did send you the YouTube link, which is now down. It's now been closed, but it was the rabbi speaking about how this wouldn't affect their community.
Right. Well, that's the problem. If you have one of their leaders saying, "Don't worry about," I saw that video. They're saying one of their religious leaders is saying, "Don't worry about this virus. It doesn't affect Jewish people."
Right.
And now you got 5 rabbis, 6 rabbis dead.
So
in
what I'm
one
saying
town.
is, we're all in this together.
Yes,
all
yes,
of us,
yes.
as Americans, as humanitarians, as people, we all have to obey by those rules. And so that we can prove we are. Break that rule again. What are we? We are obeying by the CDC guidelines. You would love it if you were. Renee would not divorce you, as she's planning on doing if you were. What are we?
Bro, 6'8", bro.
6'8", guys. We're over 6 foot apart. So
That's it.
We're good. Anyway, any other thoughts, sir?
Just let's stay positive in this moment, man.
Yeah.
It's tough for me. I'm like I said, I'm having a hard time. No, I'm not having a hard time. Everybody's having a hard time. That's where I'm getting solace in all this. Is that I'm not like, oh, I can't go out. I can't do this. I can't do that. We all can't. We all can't.
Who do you feel the worst for? I think single moms or rare that it is, they do exist. Single dads, but like single moms that are raising 3 kids on their own that are stuck home with no fucking help, lost their job. Maybe their kids went to school during the day and they were a waitress. Like I feel bad. And by the way, bartenders, waitresses, or whatever, if you apply for unemployment in Jersey, you get $200 a week because they rely on tips, right? So they base their salary or they base their unemployment on
based on what
they actually get paid from $200 a week.
Wow,
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. I feel the worst for those people because there's a lot of them out there.
And honestly, I'm trying to look to donate some money to someone locally, but I want to donate to a small business. Yeah, it's like small businesses. I don't know how. I'm gonna research how to give back to little people.
A lot of people.
But I want to do it locally.
Yep. Yeah. No. Locally, 100%. I threw up my buddy owns a restaurant, a couple restaurants actually in Manasquan. He asked me today. He's donating meals to emergency responders. Eat Clean Bro, our buddy Jamie is doing the same thing.
Nonstop.
Jesse's out there delivering. I saw a post Jesse put up. He didn't even tell me about it. He put up a post. He delivered to Community Medical the other day, 26 meals, something like that, for all their nurses on call. And so there's a lot of companies out there trying to do the right thing, trying to help out. And when the tide turns and everything changes, try to support those people that helped out,
Yeah. Well, and just try to learn from these times, Realize that, hey, I seen people realizing, hey, maybe homeschooling is doable, or you're realizing, hey, I could get great workouts at home. I don't need to have to go anywhere. People are realizing, hey, we can get some stuff done here.
Family time too.
Family time, bro. Yeah. I feel like I got closer to my daughter, honestly. In this time,
that's awesome.
I see my daughter all. I have a unique schedule of being a fighter. I'm home midday and sometimes and gone in the mornings, the afternoons, whatnot. And I travel a little bit here and there. But having this time, constant time with my daughter, dude, it's like I feel like she's jumping levels. Like that's I feel awesome. Like I'm taller. She feels like she's 20 now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you got unique things you got to take advantage of that may not present itself in times not like this.
Listen. I've lived in Maine. I've lived in Jersey. People in Jersey move at a very fast pace. Everything's on the go. I feel like this slowed things down a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slowed things down a lot for me. I'm not focused on going to the gym like I used to be. I haven't been to the gym in a couple weeks. My career, we're just doing emergency deliveries, things like that. It's a time to focus on family, I think.
Yeah.
You said it really well the other day. You said it with homework and homeschooling. Like should it be a priority? Sure, but fuck it. If you can't fucking do it, and you're struggling, fuck it. It's more important to read a book to your kid and spend quality time with your kid.
Yeah. Bro, your kids.
This is once in a lifetime. This is happening. You know what I mean?
Granted, it depends how old they are, but if they're over 5, 6, 7 years old, they're gonna remember this forever. Mm-hmm. And you want to have kind of good memories to go along with it. Not like, oh my god, my dad was screaming at me the whole time doing my stuff. You gotta. So you got to try and find some light in all this, and because how about I remember Sandy. Mm-hmm. I just remember those memories stick out in my head so much. Yeah. And that book Tribe I kept telling you about, they always talk about like those are the memories you're gonna have, like a house fire or this and that. Like those are the memories that you actually remember the most.
Well, they say children, right? Growing up, children, everything's a first, right? From when you're whatever age, when your cognitive memory starts, right? Let's say 3, 4, 5. you actually start storing memories, right? Everything's a first. Like the first time you do something, it's a memorable experience. As you get older, there's no more first, right? But there are in times like these. Sandy was a first. Right. I never fucking witnessed a hurricane before.
Right.
Did you?
No.
I've never witnessed a pandemic before. So I'm 44 years old experiencing first. This is going to be a long-term cognitive memory for me that I will remember. And I want it to be a positive one. I want to remember it with my children. I want to remember it with, my fucking Tiger King buddy over here, Frankie Edgar.
You got a tap out tattoo?
Yeah. Dick.
Oh, man.
I just got that. It took me a minute. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I got it, yeah. Good one.
Well, I mean, it was good to get down here and fucking chat with someone other than my wife.
Right. Well, listen, if we get a couple tigers, I could be your wife. You got heroin?
Heroin? No, what is it? Crystal meth, bro.
Oh, is it crystal meth?
Come on, man. Well, I mean, you know what, man? Let's all try to just better ourselves in these times.
Yeah,
best we can.
You know about a flood coming, then I don't. What's up with them pants?
Oh yeah, he probably. I've been lifting legs a lot, man. That's why they're fucking creeping up.
You need to build an ark, is what you need to do. Save some animals.
Bro, what are you talking about? Listen, this guy shops at Big and Tall. That's why.
So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Champ and the Tramp, me and my co-partner, Mr. Answer, the Edgar over there. We really tried. Again, I know we're going to catch some heat for just being in the same room together, but we've tried our best, and we still are, as you can see. Lou is not here. We did this ourselves tonight. We're listening to
Lou, stay out of the camera.
Lou is not here. He's fucking with you. But I had to FaceTime Lou to set this equipment up because we had no idea what we were doing. But listen to what the CDC guidelines tell you guys to do. Love your family, hold your family close, and we're going to still try to bring you content if we can.
Right, you don't have to wear a condom, too, all day.
What?
Roger told me he's been wearing a condom.
Oh, for safety?
For safety.
Yeah, I wore it all day long. Could you wear a condom if you're not hard? Wouldn't it fall off?
I mean, I could.
Yeah. Tripod over there.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, man. Till next time. Peace.
Champ of the Tramp.